I am crossing over the Ohio River into Cincinnati, Ohio to visit Coney Island, a former historic riverfront amusement park that currently has quite an intriguing event going on, a drive-through animatronic dinosaur adventure. It's a traveling exhibit show of animatronic dinosaurs that's been spending a couple weeks at a time in different locations. I was able to catch the Cincinnati one, so I figured I'd go see what it's like. Here we enter Jurassic Park in Ohio. They have life-size animatronic dinosaurs from the Triassic, Jurassic, and Cretaceous periods. The first dinosaur on the tour is the Stegosaurus, which was a herbivore, a very friendly dinosaur. It also had bony plates on its back, which may have been used like the bumps on alligators to regulate their body temperature. There's some oviraptors, which were bird-like dinosaurs that could run like an ostrich, which means pretty fast. They also ate the eggs of other dinosaurs. They're known as egg thieves. Here's a group of Coelophysis. There were lots of them in New Mexico. In fact, Coelophysis fossils are the state fossils of the Land of Enchantment. Here are some Parasaurolophosises, which had no natural defenses, but they did have keen sight if that counts for anything. Here's some Dilophosauruses. They were speedy, slender Jurassic meat-eating scavengers from Arizona. The Hadrosaurus was a fast carnivore, not the type of dinosaur you'd want to mess with. Here's an Ankylosaurus. They were a herbivore, but they were built like a tank. Giant predators like the T-Rex would have a difficult time bringing one down. Plus, Ankylosaurus could whip them with a deadly tail swing. And chasing the Ankylosaurus is none other than the infamous Tyrannosaurus rex, the deadliest prehistoric creature to roam the earth. This guy was one of the largest meat-eating dinosaurs to ever live. They could eat up to 500 pounds of meat and bones in one bite. There are some Pacylophosaurus. They've got some weird-looking heads. There's a tiny brain in there, but they did have a very thick skull. They would butt animals on the side rather than head on. When they do that, it wouldn't hurt them, but it would certainly do some damage to the other dinos. There's a Triceratops, one of the most iconic dinosaurs, and there's also a baby Triceratops. Babies did have a tiny frill and a horn like the adults, but with their size it probably wouldn't help them much in defense. Paleontologists believe that young Triceratops developed them so that other Triceratops could identify them from other species. Here is the mighty Carnotaurus. Made popular by that Disney dinosaur movie, they had a really strong neck and shoulders, but you can see they had minuscule arms, even smaller than the T-Rex's baby arms. Paleontologists believe that had they not gone extinct, their descendants would have lost the arms altogether because they were so useless. They were basically just wrists flailing around. there are some Myosora, known as the Good Mother Lizard. They were the first dinosaur fossils discovered with their nests and eggs, so we do know that they were very defensive of their babies. Really good moms. Alright, here are the Velociraptors. These guys look straight out of Jurassic Park. Well, kind of. They really were carnivores, so they were very dangerous and wouldn't hesitate to eat you like they're eating that poor dino. But they were stupid, fairly small, and didn't have the frills. Spielberg added them on. They were in reality fast like in the movie. They could run at about 40 miles per hour. Here is the Allosaurus of the late Jurassic period, the biggest carnivore in North America during its day. Its vertebrae were unique from other dinosaurs, so it's known as the different lizard. Out there is the I-275 bridge over the Ohio River. This temporary dinosaur park is right next to the river. Here is another Triceratops with the classic 3 horns on its face and a big bony plate on its skull for protection. You can see the towering neck of the Brachiosaurus from a long ways away. This recreated dinosaur is very impressive, but it doesn't look like he's an animatronic. They were plant eaters, so we could just eat from the big trees around here. The adults probably didn't have any real predators because they were taller than everything. The biggest predator during their time was the Allosaurus, and they were half the size. Here's a Tyrannodon. This guy could fly around the primeval world with its 30-foot wingspan, longer than any known bird from that time period. He may have also been able to sleep during flight. Next to him is Quetzalcoatlus, one of the biggest known flying animals of all time with a wingspan of 36 feet. Here's a Spinosaurus with its babies. They were huge meat-eating dinosaurs with 6-foot long spines on their backs. They were actually the largest carnivorous dinosaur, even more so than the T-Rex. Well, that concludes the driving portion of the dinosaur adventure. There is a spot to park at the end and look at some other dinos. Here are a few static dinosaurs that visitors can get their pictures with. Ah yes, all the dinosaurs fear the T-Rex and their tiny arms. Here are some baby dinosaur photo ops for children. I will say this is definitely a kid-oriented attraction. It was very cool to see the animatronic dinosaurs. It didn't look like all of them were working, but it was still fun. Also, the drive-through concept is unique. This is an example of pandemic-era tourism. I was definitely hoping there would be a bit more to it, and I will warn that it is excessively expensive. I also found this exoskeleton of a sizable dinosaur animatronic that's all taken apart. Weird. As mentioned, the dinosaurs are on the grounds of Coney Island Park. This park on the Ohio River east of Cincinnati originally opened as Parker's Grove in 1870, but it later became known as the Coney Island of the West in 1886, and around that time it became a full-fledged amusement park, one of the oldest in the country. This is an entrance to the old Moonlight Gardens area of the park, which had a dance pavilion with gardens originally built around 1925. In 1972, the park was bought by the company that owned Kings Dominion in Virginia and Carowinds on the North Carolina-South Carolina border, and they decided that they would build a new amusement park north of Cincinnati, away from the river and its flooding, and that became known as Kings Island. While Kings Island is great, sadly they took all of the old school rides from Coney Island and brought them there, and even most of them are gone at this point. And so they destroyed one of America's classic amusement parks. Now it's just a small water park. Unfortunately, nothing that's interesting. One of the only remainders I know of is the historic gate to Coney Island, which you can see across this original lake. Now we'll drive past Coney Island and get a glimpse of what it's like today. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the dinosaur adventure. It was pretty neat. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Also check out my other videos on various types of unique and fun attractions and adventures. Thanks for watching.